On behalf of the Buffalo Sabres and all of our great fans, we are proud to select from the University of Michigan, Owen.
The man of the hour joins us here, Owen Power on the Instigators, WGR 550 and MSG. And that was a draft party after he heard his name. What was that like? A lot of people there. And where was that? Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a pretty special moment. I think my whole family was really excited. So I was lucky enough with my aunt had a pretty big backyard that we were able to get a bunch of people there and kind of celebrate together.
Was that grandma and grandpa the first two hugs?
No, it was grandma, but the other one was my dad. So.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Awesome.
Joining us now, Owen Power. Did you know you were going to Buffalo first?
I had no idea. No one confirmed anything. So obviously you hear the rankings and stuff, but I had no idea that they were going to be picking me.
So there was no surprise though, I would imagine.
No, I wasn't surprised, but I didn't know for sure if I was no one told me anything before.
So this is going to be a tough question for you. Living in Mississauga, what is your favorite hockey team?
I mean, it was the Leafs growing up, but now it's Buffalo, obviously.
There's your first X right there. Not good.
But you had to have expected that though, right? Being a Sabre or a Sabre draft pick and growing up a Leaf fan. Were you asked that question in your meetings? And the other question I want to ask you about your meetings, how many meetings did you have when you're rated number 1 overall?
I mean, I met with most teams, I would say. I mean, I feel like that's a question that comes up, what your favorite team was in just about every interview. So
was there an interview that stuck out to you that they did something, said something, asked you some sort of question where you just kind of was like, what?
I didn't have too many, but I think one earlier on in the year, asked me what kind of Marvel character I was, and I've never seen any of the movies, so I just had no idea. So I mean, I was pretty lost on that one.
I heard a draft prospect told me once he was asked what kind of beer he drank, and he actually answered the question. And they said, you actually have a beer preference. And I think they kind of I don't think he read that one right. I think he was supposed to say, no, I don't drink. And he's like, oh, I like Heineken. I love Heineken. And the kid's 18 years old. We're joined right now with Owen Power, first overall pick of the Buffalo Sabres. We were talking, Mississauga kid. Why not the OHL? I mean, and what pick could you have gone in the OHL had you decided to go major junior hockey?
Yeah, I think I probably would have went second pick from what I heard. But, I mean, I think it was kind of always college hockey for me. My parents are big in all three of their kids going to school for at least a year. And then I just think for myself, it was a better route playing against a bit older guys in college, and if things didn't work out the way we wanted to, I would have had a little bit more time, I think, in college to develop. So I think for myself, just hockey standpoint and school, I thought it was the best fit.
Were you close? Were you close to considering the OHL? And who went first in your draft that year in the OHL draft?
It was Byfield that went first, but I mean, I wasn't. As soon as I started visiting schools, I kind of knew that's what I wanted to do right away. So it was pretty easy for me.
And how many schools were interested in you at that time?
I would think quite a bit, but I think my advisors and my parents kind of kept it to a small amount where they thought was realistic. So I really didn't. I wasn't visiting a whole bunch of schools. I only visited a handful, and then kind of just pick from there.
We're talking with Owen Power right now from, the University of Michigan, first overall pick in the Buffalo Sabres on Friday night. And before you were drafted, before the draft, we'd seen some interviews with you where you'd said that you're thinking about going back to college next year. You were interviewed the other night and you said you feel like you're ready. but you haven't had any conversations with the Sabres yet. What has happened since the draft? What kind of conversations have you had? Have you spoken to the Pagulas? Have you had in-depth conversations with Kevin Adams and Coach Granato? What's been the situation like for you with the Sabres since you were drafted?
Yeah, I think, or when I got drafted, Kevin Adams, I met the Pagulas. They called me, but it was just brief. And then Coach Granato called me, I think, yesterday, and we just chatted. But there's been nothing really. It's just kind of getting to know each other and just introducing each other. So I would assume those talks about signing or going back to school will probably pick up in the future.
Do you think you're ready to play in the NHL?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm ready. I think I could step in. I don't know if that would be the best decision for my career, but I think that's something that we have to figure out as a group.
I would have to imagine, though, after last year, like, you didn't get to live the college experience. And I mean, I know it's fun and it would be great to be in the NHL at such a young age. But when I heard you say that you wanted to go back to college, and you alluded to the fact that it wasn't a normal college year, I thought that was extremely mature. And very, kind of uncommon, because a lot of kids would just be like, no, I want to be in the NHL right away. Do you still feel that to be something you want to do now that the draft is over and maybe the hype and the excitement of the NHL is now more real than it was, that maybe you might want to step into the NHL over going back to college?
Yeah, I mean, I still think if I decided to go back to college, like I would have no problem with that decision. I'd still want to do it. So I think for me, really, either decision's a good decision. There's no bad decision. So yeah, like I said, I think we'll have to figure out in the future. But I think either way, I'll be happy.
Instigators, Owen Power joining us. Riv, looks like you wanted to ask him something.
You know what? I mean, we've all had a chance to watch all your videos, your highlights, and how you play. We got to watch you at the World Championships this year, and it was interesting watching how the start of the tournament, you were playing about 7 minutes a night, and at the end of the tournament, you were playing 24 minutes a night, playing more time on the ice than any player on the entire team. Tell me what you think of your game and what you think of your game moving forward. What type of defenseman do you see yourself as?
Yeah, I think I'm a two-way guy that can play in every situation. Power play, penalty kill, end of the game, whether we're winning or losing. So I think I'm someone that you could rely on to play big minutes and really make an impact on the game. So I mean, that's the way I see myself in the future, and that's where I see myself now.
You get tired of answering all the same questions all the time? I'm not saying Craig just asked you the usual question, because I mean, there's only so much that a kid your age can be asked. And I just wonder how exhausting the last month and a half has been for you.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a bit tiring to answer the same ones over and over, but I think at the same time, it makes it a little easier. You kind of got the same answer just engraved in your head. So you don't got to do too much thinking. You just kind of say it. So it could get annoying, but at the same time, it's like pretty easy when they keep asking the same stuff.
Petey,
yeah.
Let's take this interview in a different direction.
Because we don't want to ask them the usual questions anymore, do we?
Well,
we tried to be professional.
We tried to be professional. We're not professional. That's the problem.
You just said
all these cliches. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's figure this out and let's get to know Owen Power.
What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of music pumps you up in the locker room before a game? What's a number one overall pick listen to when he's going out to play against the team that he just wants to kill?
Are you country? Are you rock? Are you rap?
I'm a pretty big country guy. So I'll sometimes listen to that before games with my headphones, but I think just whatever's on in the room.
Which country love song gets you ready to go? I can't figure out how country music is something that players listen to get fired up. Like, come on, sit on the back of my pickup truck and let's have some beers, and that's going to get Owen Power fired up for a game?
I mean, I'm not someone that gets super jacked up before a game, so I just kind of like to stay relaxed. I think that type of music's pretty good for that.
Sitting up here on my mama's roof, talking about everything under the moon and the smell of honeysuckle and your perfume.
What do you think, Owen?
All I can
Not
think
bad.
about is my next move. Well, you were so shy, and so was I. That's the only country song I know, and I don't even know who sings it, but
Who sings that, Owen?
I have no idea. I don't even know the song.
sound pretty good though.
Pretty
Listen,
good.
so a couple years ago, Andrew Peters, because he asked this question, got in hot water with all the people that were listening to the interview. He was asked about what type of underwear he likes to wear because he's
I asked Darlene that question.
right, and you know, Boreas Salming has an underwear line, and who is the other guy?
It's Salming and the tennis player there, Bjorn Borg.
Yeah. Do you have a type of underwear you like? I said, and I'm going to say this before I picked your underwear and Petey picked your underwear. I said you wear Under Armour, and Petey had said
I said Lululemon.
Yeah, I have a couple pairs of Lululemon that I like. Lululemon, there's a company called Saks that I wear quite a bit. So I don't know, whatever's at the top of the drawer.
All right, there you go.
Do you do your own laundry?
When I'm at school, I do, not when I'm at home.
So, like, do you actually do your laundry when you're at school? How responsible are you at school? What's your room look like?
My room this year, it was pretty tiny, so it was pretty hard to keep it clean. So it wasn't very good, but like I'll do my laundry, I'll fold it. Not always put it away, but I would say.
And when did you start doing that? When you first went away, like you didn't do your laundry when you were at home, did you?
No, I did my first year at Michigan was the first time I ever did laundry.
Did your mom teach you before you left?
No, I mean I've kind of just known, like I've folded and stuff before, and then like I've used a machine before. I just didn't do it regularly, so I knew how to. But I would say there's a few phone calls that I gave my mom. And
how many times did the whites come out with like stains on them because you washed them with like reds and darks?
No, I was good with that because I had a white basket that just threw all the white stuff in.
Okay, so you didn't
so
you weren't walking around with pink shirts for the first couple months of college.
No.
All right.
So
what do you like
pretty...
to do in your time off? Like what are you a golfer? Are you like, what do you do? Hang out with buddies?
I mean, I love golf. If I can, I try and play as much as I can.
Handicap? What's your handicap?
Not that good. I probably around like a 10 to a 12, like somewhere in that range.
All right.
It's average.
Are you a left-handed golfer or do you shoot right?
No, I'm lefty golfer.
Okay.
I like it.
Because there's a lot of guys that play hockey left-handed and golf right. And I still cannot understand how that even happens.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't know. My brother's like that, and I don't understand how he does it.
Has he tried to, his older brother or younger brother?
Younger brother.
So my brother's like that too. Left hand shot in hockey, right hand dominant, but he golfs righty. And I'm a lefty in hockey, right hand dominant, but I golf lefty. If I choose to golf, I'm a lefty. And he always tried to convince me to switch. And I was like, no, it just doesn't feel right. I think they're wrong. I really do. Like I don't understand how. Yeah.
I think if you're a left-handed shooting player, you should be golfing left. It doesn't make sense to switch that over, but there's a lot more right-handed golfers than there is left.
What about cards? What do you play on the bus? Like, do you get in on the card games?
Maybe he's a book reader.
On the bus, not really. No, not big on cards. I I try and sleep as much as I can on the bus, and then if not, movies or just scrolling through TikTok or whatever.
So we're talking with Owen Power right now. Where are you? And someone said you were on the ice today.
Yeah, I actually just got off the ice and just came home.
So are you back home in Mississauga now?
Yeah, I've been home since I came back from Latvia, back home this saga.
So who do you skate with? Like, are there a bunch of other NHL guys out there?
We got a pretty good group, yeah. Like the McLeod brothers, Wade Allison, Jeff Skinner will pop in sometimes. Dylan Strom will pop in. So there's a good group of young NHLers that I skate with pretty consistently.
So when do you have any? When do you expect to come to Buffalo?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to kind of figure out what, I don't know what the team will want me to do or what. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that because you're an NCAA player? Does that have something to do with rules of the NCAA and all that stuff that you can't come in or whatever? Because I feel like, or is it COVID or probably the border too, right?
I think I don't think NCAA is a problem. I think it's the border. I think it's still like closed, like pretty hard to get through or whatever. So, or coming back, it's tough, but
August 9th,
you have to fly.
Yeah.
Fly.
I don't know. Before driving was better, but now I have no idea.
So what's the rest of your summer look like? I mean, what do you do now? I mean, you're training, you're skating, but what would your initial travel schedule be to go back to Michigan?
Yeah, I go back to Michigan. I think it's like August 22nd. We got to be back, so I'll probably go maybe a little bit earlier, like a week earlier or something.
And all you guys do the whole team go back? I mean, you guys got to have the plan this year of thinking about winning a national championship with some of the players you guys have.
Yeah, the whole team's got to be back on the 22nd. So there's some guys that are there right now, and then I think guys will start coming pretty soon.
What can you tell Sabre fans about Erik Portillo?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he's a great guy. I lived with him this year. He's a hilarious guy. He's so funny. But I think on the ice, I think he's an unreal goalie. Real big, moves well, and I think the biggest thing that I noticed is he reads the game so well. Whether it's playing the puck or just making reads for saves. So I think he's got a bright future.
Instigators, we're talking with Owen Power here. We have a couple more minutes. Anything you got for him?
Was there anybody that reached out to you as a player? Any of the Sabres players reach out to you?
Yeah, there was quite a few that gave me texts and just welcome me to the team.
Awesome.
All right. That's it? Just who? Who messaged you?
So Colin Miller texted me, Dylan Cousins, Kyle Pozo, and then Jack Quinn. I think that was all.
Do you know any of these guys? Like, do you know Cousins? You must know all these guys. You know Jack Quinn at all?
No, I actually have never met them. I know Colin Miller because he was in Latvia with me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that's right.
So I know him a little bit. Obviously, he left pretty early because he got hurt, but he was someone that was really good to me in Latvia, and I got to know.
Last question I'll ask you: where does the media tour go from here? I mean, it just seems like you're on an endless amount of interview requests.
Yeah, right now I don't have anything else, but it normally just pops up the day before. So I don't know, just wait and see what people ask me to do, and then probably hop on.
Well, enjoy it. Enjoy being the number 1 overall pick, because you only get to do it once. You hope, right?
Yeah.
Owen Power. Hopefully we see you up here in Buffalo at some point. Hopefully we get to talk to you soon. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
You got
congratulations, Owen.
Congratulations. That was Owen Power.